Yeah, all right. Thank you all so much for being here today for the last of our concerts for the school year. The ensemble sitting before you is our wind ensemble. So a little background in case you're unfamiliar. The group sitting in front of you is the ones who essentially want extra band every day. So we have our full band class, that's the marching band, the concert band who performed last Sunday, and now we have this group. We meet every day and we do concert band all throughout the year. We compete as a concert band. We don't take the full band to compete, we take this one. And we get to do a lot of really cool stuff with this group. So we get to, I get to challenge them for another word. We get to try all sorts of different types of literature, stuff that's a little bit more, that would be more challenging to pull off, especially with a group of this size instrumentation, stuff that would be considered standard in the band repertoire, stuff that of all kinds of genres. Like that first one is a lovely piece that features the blues scale. Take a little bit from Extra Cultures, take a little bit of the blues to start us off for this concert, which is always fun. And the next piece is no exception to how we challenge the group. It is a staple in the orchestral literature. Pictures at an Exhibition is a lovely piece that it was written for an exhibition where all of this painter who had passed away, who was a friend of the composer, had in his honor they put up all of his paintings so that people could go by and see them. And this piece depicts Mussorgsky, the composer, walking from each painting and admiring it. Each movement is either the walking to and from each movement, that's the promenade that you'll see on your program if you pick one up on your way in, as well as several movements that feature different paintings. That was the sounds, the melodies that Mussorgsky was inspired to write based on the pictures, the paintings that we had. And this is a great opportunity that we have to, one, not only play this piece, because it's a piece that even professional musicians take very seriously. And I like to think that our group sitting right here has done a great job of approaching it with professionalism and tackling it with everything that they've got, which is great. But we also get to do something we've never done before, which is incorporate a little bit of mixed media with this. So while we're performing this, you will also get to see the paintings and a little blurb about each one. If it's going to be a little small, so I apologize if you can't read from that far. It is a small screen-ish for this distance, but you at least can get an idea of what it was like in Mussorgsky's head. Get to see the paintings and the resulting sound. So here is Pictures at an Exhibition. so much. Why don't we have another hand? That featured a lot of soloists here. Soloists, all you all who are featured. Go and stand up. Layne, Emerson, Elizabeth, Bella. Not an easy piece, but they approached it very well. And we've gotten, I meant to say this beforehand, but we love to feature all of our students who have really tried and excelled in a lot of ways to go above and beyond just the everyday band. And a lot of the people featured have gone on to do clinics, been to Allstate, done a lot of extra work to be as good musicians as they are. And so we wanted to feature all of them with that one piece. So our next piece is called On a Tear. When I mentioned before that we went and competed. So back in early March, we did something called Concert Performance Assessment, where we went to Farragut High School, and we sat in front of a panel of judges and played 2 pieces for them. And then they, just like our marching band competitions, gave us a score, and then we went off and sight read in another room for a judge, and they gave us a score, and this group scored an overall superior rating for the 2nd year in a row. So I wanted to feature that, what you were hearing at that concert, but we were kind of tired of that piece. So, but this piece that you're about to hear, On a Tear, is in the same vein as Rampage, one that we did play. It's by the same composer, Todd Stalter. It has a similar feel, but was fresh, it was new, it was fun. And we could still pull off the same idea for you here. This one has a double meaning. On a Tear, the first part, is this whole piece was written for the composer's dog. Their new Aussie Doodle that they had just adopted, and the chaos that ensues with a new puppy. So you have On a Tear for that section, and then you have a slower section in the middle that's supposed to be On a Tear, because their older dog had just passed away in the middle of writing this. So this piece is both. It has both meanings. On a Tear for the Rampage, and excitement of the new life, and On a Tear for those moments that are a little bit harder. So here is On a Tear/Tear. thank you all so much again for being here. We do have one more for you. One more for you. This is the Steeplechase Galop, originally written by one of the members of the Barnum and Bailey Circus fame. Meant to capture the excitement of the steeplechase race, but also all the fun and quirkiness that is the circus. It's fun. These pieces are meant, well, the word gallop, you take your standard march, and you play it as fast as possible. So here is the Steeplechase Galop.
Share that.